Are you willing to be a truth teller rather than just a yes person, especially for those around you, for the leaders around you, or the people who are around you that you've been called to speak into or influence? So I take this from 2 Corinthians 18, and I don't mean to suggest that we should just say what we think all the time, and obviously not say things in an unkind way, but with sensitivity and love. But sometimes you'll find, like in the situation with Jehoshaphat, he asked about prophets and if they would give advice on whether the Lord was saying they should go to war or not. And he asked the king, and there were a large number of prophets who all said, yes, go ahead, go to war. And then the king said, there is just a one man, one prophet that I don't like to speak into my life because he always just says bad things, not good things. Well, he wasn't quite correct. It wasn't that prophet. His name was Micaiah. It wasn't that he was just literally saying bad things. It was that he was actually speaking the truth, and he was bold enough to do it, even though it was the unpopular opinion, or he was the only one saying what needs to be said. And kind of reminds you of the the emperor with no clothes, where he was in a situation where he was surrounded by people who just wouldn't speak the truth, and he ended up looking like a fool. And a little boy was the only one who was willing to actually say what everyone was thinking, but actually speak the truth. And sometimes we might be called to do that, and we might be a little bit afraid or not want to say something that could be uncomfortable or is not what anyone else is saying, and we're the only one having the courage to actually stand up and say it. But I think that truth tellers are so needed in the world. The only thing is sometimes we just need to make sure that what we do say, we really do work at our sensitivity and the way we communicate something when it is perhaps a more difficult truth to swallow for the person receiving it. And I've made this mistake many times of just being too blunt and really having to learn more diplomacy. Something I'm, really have worked on and work in progress. But that is the only thing I would say about it. But the reality is, those kind of people are still very, very needed because it's quite rare. So, with that, I will leave you with that today, and I will see you again soon.